Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your September 2019 general reading. We are looking at the first half of September from the 1st through the 15th. Welcome. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today. For all your support, your comments, your feedback, likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you for any of it and all of it. And welcome to any newcomers and first timers here today. Always a big note of gratitude to all of my clients out there, not only for the busyness, because you guys do keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings, but also for so many of you returning time and time again. I've been noticing lately how many of my clients are regular clients, so I'm very grateful for the trust that you put in me to do the readings for you, so thank you for that. If any of you are interested in scheduling a personal reading with me, you can click on the description link below for more info and contact details. I can usually respond to initial inquiries within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling actual readings is pretty timely too. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week. It's all that I do. I'm very blessed to be able to do that. So I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and my own to set up readings as quickly as I can. So if you're interested, send me an email. Maggie, the number 1 McGuire at gmail.com. You'll find that on the description link below, and I would be delighted to work with you. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the water sign of Cancer for the first half of September 2019. If you know your other signs, rising, moon sign, Venus sign, watch those as well. It can be helpful in providing additional clarification. Sometimes they can resonate a little more predictably for you than your primary sun sign. As you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone that watches. Okay, Cancer. Our Cancerians, our crabs. What does the first half of September look like for you? All right, Cancer. We begin with the Ten of Wands, feeling burdened, followed by the Six of Pentacles. Who else got these cards? Aries, I think it was. No, maybe it was Leo. Maybe one of you are involved with a fire sign. We have the World, followed by the Hierophant. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Queen of Cups. I'm going to pull additional overall focus because for many of you this is going to represent you being in your lovely, emotionally in touch but controlled state of mind, standing in your own beautiful, nurturing energy. Feminine for those of you who are females and identify that way. Always knows the right thing to say, knows when to offer that cup of love, knows when not to offer that cup of love. Additional card for overall focus for the first half of September. Victory and triumph, public recognition. Maybe a victory or a triumph that is publicly recognized. You could be in the public eye the first half of September. You could be having an achievement of some kind that is visible and recognized by other people, perhaps many other people, perhaps a small group of people. It's a pretty significant victory and success card that comes after a pretty significant challenge as well. Some of you may be receiving an award, winning a contest, getting a promotion or a bonus. Again, things which represent a victory for yourself after a challenge of some kind or a battle of some kind. And this is witnessed by more than just you, public recognition. Again, whether it's a wide public audience or just a lot of other people being privy to it. That's great energy. Even though it looks like some of you are feeling like you're carrying, you're shouldering the weight of something, maybe on your own, or feeling like you're carrying more weight in a certain situation, maybe taking on more work. We have the Ten of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So this is a card about feeling burdened, maybe feeling tired, overwhelmed. Maybe you've been working a lot. Maybe you've been doing a lot of work. Maybe you've been doing your work and a bunch of other people's work as well, or at least somebody else's work. Maybe you've taken on quite a bit. This card often shows up when someone's feeling tired, feeling maybe worn out or feeling overwhelmed. But it also represents that represents that coming, I can't talk today, represents it coming to an end, because 10s do represent cycle completion, the circle closing, where you are completely done with something, or you begin a new phase of something. The feeling overburdened, overworked, tired, and overwhelmed is coming to an end, which is nice. Now, that 10 of Wands is accompanied by the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of equal giving, equal receiving, equal working, mutually beneficial relationships, whether it's personal relationships, mutual love, mutual affection, mutual respect, or whether it's work relationships, including the relationship you have at your job. It would be being equally and fairly compensated for the work that you do, tit for tat. But it can always also represent that you may not be paying attention to where you're giving your resources, or giving a whole lot of them, and not really paying attention to how they're being utilized, or if they're even going or being recognized or acknowledged by the people or the situations that you're giving to, as represented by these hands, which you can't see who belongs to these hands. So it can represent just giving and giving and giving, and not paying attention to where it's going, or not being appreciated, or having your efforts appreciated or validated, which can be part of the reason why, at the end of July, beginning of September, at the end of August, beginning of September, you're feeling very tired and overwhelmed. Maybe you've been doing quite a bit. These two cards showed up too for, I think it was Leo or Aries. I think Leo, where there was a situation where they were feeling overburdened, and like they were carrying the load, or feeling like they had to carry the majority of the responsibility for keeping a relationship or a partnership going, or happy, or something of that sort. And I believe the advice from Spirit for them was to not, which is good advice for you anyway, if you're in an unequal relationship, whether it's personal or work. A good way to kind of get the other side to acknowledge what you do is to withdraw it for a time, or withdraw, going overboard, or doing above and beyond what you normally do, because it looks likely that some of you may be feeling this way, even though you're maintaining a sense of emotional balance in all of this, because the Queen of Cups has worked hard to get to where she's at. She started as a page, she matured, grew. I don't know what's wrong with my talking today. She grew and evolved. Kings and Queens represent people who have matured and grown and evolved beyond the energy of the page and the energy of the night. So Cups is water energy. So the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, could also be another water sign that's significant to you. She's very spiritually and emotionally intuitive about not only her own emotions, but the emotions of people around her. She or he is a great source of support, love, feedback, comfort, advice. She knows when to offer it, and knows when not to offer it as well, because sometimes knowing when not to talk is just as important as knowing when to talk and what to say. And she's learned that emotionally through the experiences she's had in her life. And you're standing as emotionally grounded, even though, I think you're feeling a bit tired and maybe overburdened or overwhelmed, but there is a sense of victory. So whatever it is that you've been carrying, that you've been doing, is bringing you victory and success. And it's something that is going to be recognized and acknowledged outside of yourself. We have the World and the Hierophant here, which is great, because the World is a card of major completion. Looks like, the first half of September is going to be pretty important or significant to you. Maybe some of you more towards the middle, because we have two major arcana cards for the second week. The World is a major card of completion. It's a card of major cycle completion. It's the last major arcana card in the tarot, the first being the Fool, who starts off with the 0 at the top of his card. He's getting ready to start his journey. That's us, and all the cards after that are about his journey through life, and how we learn and change and grow and evolve through success and triumph and failure and defeat and trial and error and everything that we learn, until the end of the tarot deck, where we have the World. We've reached the top of a particularly significant mountain, a particularly big portion of our life has come to a completion point, whether or not you move into something completely different, or whether or not what you're involved in moves to a different phase. There's a certain cycle that is complete. It's forever done, which is good, because we have the 10 of Wands right next to it. So there's some significant cycle completing, and it looks like it's something which has become a bit of a burden over time. Now the World is accompanied by the Hierophant, which is a card of convention, tradition. doing what everybody else does in a large conventional group of people. It can represent organized religions, large corporations, institutions, businesses, the government, belonging to a large group of people that pretty much do things a certain way because that's the way that they do it. It's a card of taking something to a deeper level of belonging, commitment, responsibility. It is considered one of the wedding or marriage cards as well. Perhaps this is a relationship that's now moving to the next step, whatever that next step might be. It is a conventional step, so it could be, being exclusive. It could be getting engaged, moving in together, getting married, etc. If it's work or even schooling, all of the effort, it's a general reading, so what area of this life and in what details is going to vary. But the energy fundamentally remains the same. Whatever this represents for you, all this effort that you've been putting into it, and maybe feeling like, it's not always recognized or appreciated. Maybe you've done more than you should have and being taken for granted. But regardless, all of the effort that you've been putting into it is paying off. There's this, putting this level into it is at an end, and it's paid off for you in some kind of pretty profound way, and you're moving into an arena that may include more commitment and more responsibility, but also along with that is more security and more stability and a sense of belonging to, of being under the shelter of that umbrella. Let's see if we can get a clarifying card or two for what this means or what area this is for at least maybe many of you who are watching. Although Spirit gives what they think is important to whoever is watching. Let's pull one or two clarifying cards for what this references. The Ten of Pentacles, another 10, and the Two of Cups right behind that. So Pentacles is about the structure of our life and the things in our life that makes us feel secure and stable in the structure of our life. It can represent money or material things, property, jobs, income, savings, inheritance. In a purely relationship or emotional way, it represents the solidity and stability of something that has longevity and history. It represents a sense of abundance and security and stability and continuity based on how much effort you put into building this up. And it looks like you've put in a lot of effort. We have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the World, the Hierophant. This is, about the security and stability in our life. Because the Soulmate card is attached to it. I mean, this could be, a partnership that you're involved in with your best friend, which the Two of Cups can represent too, that karmically connected kindred spirit energy. It could be a soulmate in a romantic sense, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It looks like you're moving to the next level of being grown-ups here. It could be getting engaged, getting married, buying your own home or getting a loan for a home. You're moving forward and you've worked really hard for whatever this is, whether it's in your job, work, and career path. It's something that definitely benefits you and this karmically connected person you're in, whether it's a best friend or, that love soulmate, which would be a best friend too with the Two of Cups. The best of all possible worlds, I think, is to be in love with your best friend and have that return. Because they tend to last longer than the flare up quick and die down quick relationships. So you're moving to the next level of commitment, responsibility, and sense of belonging to a larger group, a larger path of getting things done. And it represents a definite victory for you because you've worked very hard and put a lot of effort into it. It's an absolutely beautiful reading, Cancer. I'm wondering if some of you, because there was some similarity to this too, I believe it was Leo, so I'm wondering if your partner might be a Leo or a fire sign of some kind. I'm not quite sure why. I just feel this fire energy link in here, even though there's really only 2 wand cards here which represent fire. So for some of you, I think this other person is a fire sign. Could be water too. I mean, in a general reading, it could be any sign. But I'm getting somehow that there's fire energy here present that I haven't seen so much in the cards. So you can take that for what it's worth. It means something to somebody. Okay, Cancer, well, that is your reading for the first half of September. I hope you enjoyed it. You deserve to, because you worked hard for it and it's coming to you in a really, really nice, victorious, open a bottle of wine because it's coming sort of way. And you're not going to be the only one seeing that and recognizing that as well. So good job. Well done. So Cancer, I hope that you found this reading helpful and useful. If it resonated for you, or if any of the videos do and you'd like to take a deeper look at something specific in your life or set up a personal reading with me, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the description link below for that info, more info as well. I offer love and romance relationship readings, relationship compatibility readings, which take a look at all the different dynamics and motives and aspects of each person in a specific relationship. Career, work, and finance readings, investment readings, 6 and 12-month life overviews, which are good for preparation and planning because they give you an overview of what's happening in all the main areas of your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And gift readings too, particularly if you have people you can't think of what to get them. Personal readings are so unique and specific to the person that they're for that they do make unforgettable sorts of gifts. At least that's the purpose of them. So there's a few things to consider for those of you who are interested. There's some options for you. I look forward to hearing from you. I will see you all again, Cancer, in a couple of weeks for the September 2019 mid-month readings. Until then, as always, I wish you much love, joy, blessings, and a beautiful life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.